K9RMR.
K9RMR.
Approximately 5 minutes. Evening. This is the J-C-A-R-A repeater system K-C-9-T-I-E. Jennings County Weekly Amateur Radio Net. Our transmitter site is located in Scipio, Indiana on the WWWY Broadcasting Tower, courtesy of the White River Broadcasting Company. Net control for this session is KB9EFN, and my name is Randy. Stations with emergency or priority traffic may interrupt this net at any time. The net meets every Tuesday at 7:30 local on the KC9PIE 14525, KC9TME 442975, and the N9JWR 443.025 repeater. Membership in any group is not required for participation, and all check-ins are always welcome. When you check into the net this evening, indicate your call sign phonetically, please, your name, and your location. If the repeater should happen to fail, we will move over to the last remaining repeater or go to 147.585 simplex with assistance. Don't really have any announcements for the net tonight. It's a beautiful evening. Let's see if we get many check-ins. I'm always welcome to add that to our Races Aries Skywarn roster. Are there any stations that have information or traffic or questions for the net? Please call now.
K9SVL, John in Shelbyville, with an announcement.
All right, we recognize K9SVL, John, over in Shelbyville. Is there any other stations that have questions, comments, or traffic for the net? Please call. All right, John, K9SVL, fill us in with your traffic for the net.
Yeah, thank you. Just like to remind everybody, this coming Saturday, October 16th, will be the 2021 Shelbyville Tailgate. It'll be held at the Shelby County Fairgrounds, 500 Frank Street, right here in Shelbyville, Indiana. Beautiful downtown Shelbyville. We open up at 7 for setup, and gates are open to the public at 8 a.m., and things will wind up around noon. The admission is free, and table space is free. We have both inside and outside vendor spaces, so we look forward to seeing some or all of you there on Saturday morning. This is K9SVL, back to, talk-in frequency is on the Shelbyville 145.48 megahertz repeater. So we'll hope to see y'all on Saturday. K9SVL, back to net control.
Very good, John. That's exciting. Everything free. There's nothing wrong with free tables and admission. That's pretty awesome. This Saturday, I have a training session I'm going to be in at 10 o'clock, so that kills me out. But on the 145.48, I know there's a PL on it, and I don't recall what it is, John.
88.5 hertz.
Very good. Thank you, and I believe that's the Blue River, is your guys' organization. Thank you guys for putting that on and having something this time of year while we're still in pandemic where we can get out and about and socialize. Appreciate that, John, K9SVL. Any other traffic for that? Topic that they'd like for us to bring up on the net tonight? This is the Jennings County Weekly Amateur Radio Net.
Kilo Charlie 9, Mike Victor Kilo. Rick at Seymour, short time, no traffic, no comments.
November 9, India Charlie Victor, Chris Columbus.
KI9G, Brent in Bologna, Indiana.
Kilo Delta 9, Sierra India Lima, here in North Vernon.
KB9 KFN. This is WR9G, Stephen Austin. No traffic. Thanks for all you do, Randy.
Kilo Golf 9er Kilo. This is KG9DK, John, Bartholomew County. Short time, no traffic.
Kilo 9 Romeo Mike Romeo. Repeat. K9RMR. Randall M. Rueff, Taylorsville, Bartholomew County. Good evening to everybody on the net this evening. Short time.
Attention all stations. We owe a debt of gratitude once again this year to Aaron, KD9SIL over in North Vernon, and Jerry in 9JWR. In order to keep this antenna at about 450 feet up there at WWWY, we have to do grounds maintenance, and so that typically occurs twice a year. And myself, the loser, did not make it up there because these guys got in there early on a Friday and took care of it. So a huge thank you and a debt of obligation to Aaron, KD9SIL, and Jerry in 9JWR. So thanks, guys. Sorry that slipped me out, but it has been noted, and it is greatly appreciated. So we'll start at the top of the list there. We had KC9MVK, Rick in his usual number one spot there. N9ICV over in Columbus, and making it in, K9IG, Brent over in the Valonia Amateur Radio Society. And then Aaron, thank you again, KD9SIL. WR9G, Steve over in Austin. Thank you, Steve, and everything that your guys do to support amateur radio down there in Scott County. KG9 Delta Kilo, John in Bartholomew County down there in Columbus area. And K9RMR, Randall over in Taylorsville. Are there any corrections or any other short time check-ins, suffix of your call, Alpha through November? Greatly appreciate it, and it keeps us on the air. We'll take short time check-ins now, November through Zulu, N through Z. There, so Alpha through Zulu for short time check-ins. Now's your chance. Alrighty, regular check-ins, Alpha through Zulu. We'll take the entire alphabet, A through Z, regular check-ins for the Jennings County Weekly Amateur Radio Net.
Andy from N9CJT, November 9 Charlie, Juliet Tango, Noel in Columbus. This is WB9 U.S.A, Kurt.
N9JFH, November 9 Juliet Foxtrot Hotel, Hall, Westport.
Kilo Bravo 9, Delta Oscar, are located.
November 9, Juliet Whiskey Romeo, Jerry, Elizabethtown.
Alright, all IDs, since the repeater did, KB9EFN, and let's move to the top of the list there, N9CJT. Good evening, Dr. Taylor.
Randy, don't really have any comments, just enjoying listening to folks check in. So back to you, N9CJT.
Now finally I settled down and watched that video you sent me the other day. Very interesting indeed, and that's all we'll say about that. And thank you. Feel free to do that anytime. Let's move over to Kurt. Kurt, WB9UX, Kilo Whiskey Bravo 9er uniforms here at X-Ray. Excuse me. Got distracted. Good evening, Kurt.
Well, you got it right. This is WB9USX. Well, it was a chilly day here. It was supposed to be sunny and in the 70s. Well, tonight it just cleared up and the moon's out and the stars are out. And it's supposed to be in the 70s again tomorrow. I guess we'll see. Well, my oldest son-in-law and grandson were down here putting up tree stands, moving tree stands, putting up tree stands, moving tree stands. I don't know. If I had to do all that work to catch a deer, I think I'd just forget it. So anyway, that's about all that's going on here. Hope to catch everybody later down the page. And God bless. See you later, 73s. This is WB9USX, and you're doing a good job here, Randy.
You're right. Don't boost the ego any more than it's already there, and could that energy to be moving those deer stands around, and maybe you can enjoy the fruits of their labor later in the season. Paul, haven't heard from you in a while. I hope things are going well. N9JFH over in Westport.
Yeah, been quite a busy summer. A lot of church camps and such, but yeah, I hope we'll be back on the air for a while now. A couple of weeks ago, my wife and I spent 2 weeks up at Camp Atterbury with the American Red Cross, working with the refugees up there, so that was a busy 2 weeks. And anyway, we're tired, and we're ready to kind of see if life will go back to some semblance of normalcy. Just wanted to check in tonight and hope to do so a little more often. This is N9JFH, returning to net control.
All right, Paul, and thank you for you and your wife for supporting those people. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion on that subject. However, we are a country of pretty much immigrants, so I am glad that you guys were able to get over there and help those people in their time of need for sure, and maybe help them assimilate. So appreciate that. Let's move over. Let's see, over to Kane and KB9DDO. Good evening, Earl.
Good evening, everyone out there. Yeah, it's been a real nice day. Kurt told about them tree stands. You gotta tie them up, get ready for your hunting season, and when you get through, you gotta list them up so they won't grow into the trees, and it sounds like kick them once or twice through the summer there, but make sure somebody messed them up. So it's a lot of work here, it sounds like to me. So just that's whatever you want to enjoy. If you enjoy it, go for it. So just say everybody have a fine, safe week, and we'll catch you next week, we hope. KB9DDO.
Okay, Earl, great to hear from you. You got a great signal tonight, making it into the repeater quite well, as usual. And yeah, I'm all for those guys that want to get out there and help keep that deer population down, because the one they bag may be the one that was going to jump out in front of me. So that's where I'm at on that. And then, Jerry, you're sounding good tonight. You sound a little tired, though. What's going on? N9JWR.
Good evening, everybody, and hope everybody's having a good evening. And yes, Randy, good evening to you. Thank you for everything you do, and even behind the scenes. It's very much appreciated. And I'm not too bad. I'm working on a project on the side of my home, outside of working at work, and I'm trying to build something on the side of my house. And pretty much just about done. I needed about 13 tons of number 53 delivered to my home. So if anybody would like to deliver it for free, I would just super duper very much appreciate it. That way I can save some money, but I don't think that's going to happen. So anyways, that'll probably happen next week. But anyways, I'm doing very well. Thankful for the cooler temperatures. Now we are into the fall season. Very grateful for that. Also, I'm grateful for K9RMR Aaron for helping out with the tower maintenance last Friday. And he did a tremendous job on that. Super grateful on that. The Freetown is going very rapidly, and very thankful for that. It's taking care of itself. And very glad. So next year will probably be up and running. But other than that's about all I got. So everybody take care. 73, and have a good evening. N9JWR, back to net control.
All right, Jerry. Well, we appreciate everything that you do behind the scenes as well, keeping us all motivated. And I have 3.5 tons of river rock being delivered Thursday morning. So the cost of the delivery was it was pretty darn close to the actual cost of the stone, but I get a good deal on the stone, and then I get to spread it all out, so that'll be fun. So sympathize with you on that. As an update, I have the link radio hooked up, and I'm actually talking on it right now. So this is the Freetown link radio. It's been diagnosed and cleaned up, and now just to get up there to the tower site and pick up all that equipment and do some programming. Sounds like it's going to be a good winter project. Anyone else want to check in for the Jennings County Weekly Amateur Radio? If so, please call now. Report us here for our numbers. We report back to ARRL. And if you ever have any topics, ideas, or things we can do to make the net more interesting, email me, kb90fn@gmail.com. If you want to check in, you can't get to the radio, you can do it, and you're on social media, you can do that on our Facebook page, Jennings CO Amateur Radio Association. So with that all said and done, everyone enjoy the evening. Have a safe week. Going to be a beautiful weekend coming up. This is KB90FM 673. Located in Scipio, Indiana. This is the Jennings County Amateur Radio Association repeater, KC9PIE.
The N9JWR link has been disconnected.
Sounds like somebody enjoys disconnecting from the network a little bit too much there. K9RMR, 73 clear.
KB9RMR, N9JWR.
K9RMR, go ahead.
Yeah, that's my cousin who did that. She said, we need to make this interesting to where people could actually listen and have a good laugh. So she did that. I was like, let's keep it.
Well, it is kind of funny, and like I said, it definitely gets your attention. So you can tell her if that was her goal, she accomplished it very well.
Yeah, that was just going to be a humorous thing. So, hey, you take care, have a good evening, and be careful for the rest of the week. Have a good one. N9JWR station clear.
Okay, well, you have a good week as well. Good to talk to you. This is K9RMR, 73 clear. K9RMR, currently monitoring.
The South Central Area Net. This is K9OPL, Kilo Alpha 9, Oscar Papa Lima. My name is Joe, located here in Columbus, Bartholomew County, serving as net control for this session of the South Central Area Net. Net meets every Tuesday evening beginning at 8:30 p.m. local time on the Columbus Amateur Radio Club 2-meter repeater, operating on a frequency of 146.79 megahertz with a minus offset and a 103.5 hertz PL tone. Net meets for the purpose of passing traffic, promoting good fellowship among amateur radio operators, and practicing net procedures. This is a directed net. Please direct all communications through net control. Net control once again this evening is K9OPL. My name is Joe. Do we have anyone holding any emergency or priority traffic this evening? Checking in this evening, please state your name and give your call sign in plain English as well as using standard ITU phonetics. If you have any announcements for the net this evening, please call net control now.
N9CJT1 announcement.
In Shelbyville.
I think I got two of you. You sort of partially got each other covered up, but I think I got N9CJT and K9SVL both with announcements. Let's start with Noel, N9CJT.
Good evening. If I remember correctly, the Columbus Amateur Radio Club has its monthly meeting this coming Thursday at 7:30 p.m. at St. Peter's Lutheran School. The topic of primary interest in the meeting will be Columbus Hamfest of 2022. We are nearing the deadline for launching the project, if it is going to occur. This project will require the involvement of many club members, perhaps all of them, perhaps beyond. It's not going to be an easy task, and therefore I encourage everyone within the sound of my voice to attend. Hope you can make it. That's all I've got. N9CJT, back to net control.
Okay, thank you much, Noel. And yeah, I encourage everybody to make the meeting Thursday night. And yeah, we definitely need to get that one in flight. K9SVL, John, good evening. Your announcement.
Okay, thank you. Just a reminder that this coming Saturday, October 16th, will be the 2021 version of the Shelbyville tailgate. It'll be held at the Shelby County Fairgrounds, 500 Frank Street in beautiful downtown Shelbyville. We'll be there at 7 a.m. For folks that want to set up and sell their ham-related gear and equipment. And the gates will open to the public at 8 a.m. Admission is free, and table space is free, both inside and outside. Talk-in frequency will be on the Shelbyville 2-meter repeater, 145.48 megahertz, and that repeater carries an 88.5 hertz PL tone. So we hope to see you all there on Saturday. This is K9SVL, back to net control, and thank you.
Okay, thank you, John, and that sounds like a lot of fun. I do hope some people make it up that way. I probably won't be able to because I've got to work part of the morning, but that sounds like a good time, and thank you guys for being there and staying with it despite the situations we find ourselves in these days. This is K9OPL. I'll take one more standby for any additional announcements. Anyone else? Take short time check-ins. If you would like to be short time, meaning that you will not stick around for comments later, please begin to call now.
Number 9, Tango Lima Foxtrot, Paul in Columbus.
Kilo Delta 9, Romeo Papa Bravo,
Rueff and K9RMR. Other short time.
Kilo 9, Romeo Mike Romeo, repeat, K9RMR, Randall M. Rueff, Taylorsville, Bartholomew County. Good evening, Joe, and everybody else on the net this evening.
South Central Indiana area net. And we got a short time list, so we're going to move on to take regular check-ins. And I'll count the two announcements as the regular check-ins, and we'll see whether they respond as such, but we will begin taking check-ins, regulars, suffixes beginning with the letters Alpha through Hotel. First letter after the number in your call. Alpha through Hotel, please.
Kilo Golf 9 Delta Kilo. That's KG9DK. I was going to do short time, but I just now turned the radio on. So I'll go ahead and make comments when you get back to it. This is KG9DK, back to net control.
Around and give us your 2 cents later on. Any others? Alpha through Hotel. Through Romeo.
WE9MI, Whiskey Echo 9, Mike India, Mike, Bartholomew County.
Paul, Decatur County.
And there was another one you were kind of in and out. For some reason, it's like you were losing connection to your mic, but I think the name was Paul. You were loud and clear when you were coming in, but you kept losing. Try it again. That was trying. Give it another try, please. Romeo, we did get Mike. India to Romeo, another call.
November 9, Quebec, Victor, Oscar, in 9 QVO, Dave.
QVO, good evening. One more. Well, let's just go Sierra through Zulu next. Sierra through Zulu. Alphabet, regular check-ins. Anyone, anywhere. Alpha through Zulu.
This is KD9, CTZ, Matt in Martinsville.
Okay, Matt, Kilo Delta 9, is it Victor Tango Bravo? Could you give me the suffix again?
Yeah, this is KD9, Charlie Tango Zulu.
Okay, Charlie Tango Zulu, Kilo Delta 9, got you down. Thank you much. Anyone else? Alpha through Zulu.
K9RMR, didn't know if you got me or if I doubled with somebody. I didn't hear you acknowledge, so I just wanted to check to see if you got me for a short time.
Hey, Randall, yeah, I did, and I did acknowledge, so I don't know, you didn't hear me, I guess, but yep, you're on the list, and that's a short time. Any others? Alpha through Zulu, regular check-ins. And I'll begin with N9CJT for comments.
Hi, Joe. Just thought I'd mention that I have rediscovered 11 meters due to having traveled 2,200 miles a week ago, and found it refreshingly quiet and polite most of the time. So that was a surprise. Anyway, that's all I've got. N9CJT back to net control. Thank you.
Okay, very good. You know, I think back in the day when I was playing with 11 meters, before I got my second round of amateur radio license, I got a novice back when I was in high school. Mid-70s, before I got back into ham radio, I was on 11 meters, and back then, you know, it was, a lot of the time, it was pretty civilized. Later on, it kind of started going the other way. K9SVL, don't know if you're sticking around for comments or you just gave your announcement and took off, but if you're there, John, and would like to say anything else, your turn.
Yeah, I stuck around. Yeah, maybe I didn't. If I didn't mention it before in the announcement, admission and table space are free. There's no charge on the Shelbyville tailgate, so maybe that'll be a little extra incentive. So, okay, that's it. Back to net control.
Okay, that is really great that you guys are able to do that, and boy, people ought to take the opportunity. These days, it's a special treat just to be able to get out and socialize instead of being cooped up inside your own house and not having access to anybody else at all. So look forward to seeing people do that this weekend. Okay, we're going to move on past the short time list, and we'll go to KG9DK. John, for comments.
This is KG9DK. I listened to the frequency you gave me for channel 19 today, and I heard a few calls in there On the unit I've got here, I still had a little squelch noise, but I didn't want to change my squelch setting for what I have on the radio for other things. So I just had it turned down low. And yeah, I heard several stations over a period of 3 hours. And so yeah, they're out there, and it might be an interesting thing to sort of check up on once in a while. And then the other thing I was going to talk about was QRP Labs. I'm not sure if very many people are familiar with that, but you can just do a Google search on that, QRP Labs. And they've got a new, Ann Summers got a new kit out. It's called the SDX. It's a digital radio only. And he had about 500 units kitted up, and they got sold out in 14 minutes. So, but don't be in no hurry, because there's a big chip delay. So it'll be probably a while before they get to be offered again. Drop for reconnect there. I hope I did that right. But the nice thing about not being first, you'll get to see what all the other people discover, and perhaps a revision 2 will be the next batch. That's about all the comments I have. This is KG9DK, back to net control.
Very good, John. Well, yeah, I've heard you talk about them several times on different offerings of theirs, and that sounds like an interesting one. 14 minutes. Oof. Everybody was waiting for them to release it, apparently, and jumped on it. And I've heard a little bit of positive news that some of the chip shortages are going to start to correct. I don't know where the chips are coming from, whatever, or why. Well, maybe they're starting to retool some of the... I know one of the big ones that was the explosion and fire that took place in large manufacturer in Japan last year pretty well took out all the portable D-Star radios for a while. So that will maybe change, but right now you can still get radios for D-Star, but only mobiles, or big ones, no handhelds. So if you got one like I do, hang on to it. WE9, Mike India. Mike, your turn.
K9OPO and the group. This is WE9MI. Evening, everybody. Hope everything's going all right. Still hunting down a noise problem on 2 meters in my shack, but when I unplugged my printer tonight, it got a little better on the repeater frequency, but oddly enough, not on the input frequency. So I'm not sure if I changed anything or just shifted where the noise was, but either way, still looking for that. But over the swap out my 40 meter for a in-fed half wave. So now I've expanded my HF available selections from 40 meters to 40, 30, 20, or sorry, 40, 20, 15, and 10. So I can play on a bunch of new wavelengths now. So enjoyed that a little over the weekend, but looking forward to getting a little more use out of that. And also, according to the antenna analyzer, I may also be resonant on 144 megahertz or thereabouts. So other than the fact that the wire's oriented the wrong direction, I might switch over and try to listen on the big wire and see if that pulls anything in, even though it's polarized the wrong way. But nothing ventured, nothing gained on that, I guess. So that's all I got. Not sure if I'll end up in Shelbyville this weekend or not. Have 4 competing events on Friday. 2 of them involve the kids, and the third involves the wife, separate from the kids. So we'll see how that turns out. But I'm guessing radio won't win. Anyway, I'll see how we go. Planning to be there at the meeting Thursday night, and am willing to pitch in and help. So I don't know if there's a list of duties needed that'll be discussed. But if it's something that can be done on part-time, I'd be happy to pitch in. So anyway, thanks, and I'll wish you all 7-3 and return to net control, W9MI.
Well, that was good timing. Got the ID in right after you signed, Mike. Thank you much, and that's, yeah, I'm sure there'll be plenty for everyone to do who's willing. Hamfests are fun, but they do take some work. N9 QVO, Dave, your turn.
Good evening, Joe, and everybody on the net at N9 QVO. I get a pacemaker a week from today, so I've been busy trying to organize everything, and I won't be able to drive for 2 weeks. So I want to have enough stuff here to get me through. And trying to organize a pill box is something else too. I've got the list of pills they don't want me to take and they want me to take, and so on and so forth, and I think I've got it all figured out. But I'll just be glad to get this over with. N9 QVO, back to you.
Okay, well, certainly our well wishes and thoughts and prayers, and everything goes just exactly the way it's supposed to go for you, Dave. Let's see, KD9 CTZ Charlie Tango Zulu, your turn.
This is KD9 CTZ. This is Matt. Usually I've checked in the last couple times, a short time. I guess I meant to do that again, but I got in a little bit late. So just working right now. I've recently finished a general, so I'm working on changing up and doing some other frequencies, and I think I'm going to probably hit that Shelbyville deal this weekend. Back to net control.
Okay, well, very good. Well, glad you checked in, and it's always good to give a few comments once in a while. People get to know each other and get to learn each other's calls and voices and so on. And I'll make a quick mention that next Tuesday will be the SCI-CSG get-together, as well as the next, and I think it will be last for the year, planned, scheduled VE testing session. So anyone who is within the sound of my voice who is interested in upgrading or getting their first license starts at 6 p.m. at the Columbus Fire and Rescue. I think it's 421 Rip Drive. I forgot the address right, but anyway, we'll probably put something out as a reminder. Well, this is K9OPL, bottom of the current list. Not too much for me to report. I'm keeping busy. I'm going to have a Friday off, although I've got to work for a little bit on Saturday morning, and got a lot to do on Friday, but I will be off work. Anyone else who'd like to check in to the South Central Area Net, please call now. Final time here. Do we have any other check-ins, rechecks, comments, questions, anything else for the net while we're still assembled? This is KA9OPL standing by. Well, hearing none, I want to thank all of you who have joined us this evening. Look forward to seeing some of you Thursday night, and at 8:56 I'm going to call the net closed. Thank everybody. I'm going to return this repeater to normal operation and say 73 is K9OPL clear.